Hi, and welcome back to a sunny weekend in the garden. It's been raining all week, so I can't believe how good the weather is at the moment. It's currently the Easter weekend, but by the time you watch this, it'll be the week after. But we've got a nice long weekend and we've got lots of jobs planned. The first one being starting some new seeds, because we now learnt that starting the cucumbers, courgettes, and corn in February was probably way too soon. So now we're coming into April. We thought we'd try again and see how we go. But before I do that, I've just got lots of aubergine seedlings that I've taken out of a seed tray because they were taking up loads of space. So I'm going to pot them on. I don't really think they're ready, but hey, I needed some space. So just going to grab some dirt to fill up my pots. Excuse me, Ada. So I've got some of that compost that we got a couple of weeks ago, and then some just soil that I've had for ages. I'm only doing a couple of pots, so let's go back in the greenhouse where it's really, really warm. Excuse me again, Ada. Yeah.
Ada. Pow. Good girl.
I don't have enough pots to pot them all on, so I'm going to pick the best 4 and hope that they do okay. I've already got some aubergines under the grow lights, but they don't seem to be doing much at all, and they're old seeds. But these ones are new, so I'll see if they do any better inside in the warm. I don't know which one's better. Does it matter? A couple of them have got extra leaves, so maybe I'll give them a chance. Let's go for you. Do you want to give them a feed? Yeah. As you can see, they're a little bit small to be potted on, but we needed the seed tray and they were taking up a whole seed tray, just the 8 of them. So that's why I'm moving them at the moment. And like I said, I'm going to pick the best 4 and the rest can go. Whilst I do this, let me tell you about what jobs we've got planned for today. So last week we showed you those really sad looking tomatoes, which we've left in under the grow lights, and they seem to be perking up a little bit, but we don't hold out much hope for them. So we're going to restart the yellow pear and Marman tomatoes. The cherry tomatoes are still looking really good. We're going to start some courgettes, cucumbers, and some corn as well, because we do have some corn in the windowsill, but we think we started that one too early. So we're going to start some new, and it's a new seed as well we've got. So we're going to try those, and we need to plant lots of them. They need to be planted close together to pollinate quite well, so we need to do more corn, which are going into what we showed you last time, the corn tub that we built a few weeks ago. Whilst I do the seeds, Danny and Ada are going to pick up another freebie we found off the marketplace. So let me get started, and when they come back, we'll see what they've got. I was about to start these new seeds, but Danny's just given me a call. He's just pulling into the drive, so let's give him a hand and see what we've got.
I hope you're feeling strong for this next part. Ada.
Ada.
Off. Come on, jump. Jump. Come on, off. Ada. Come on. Ready, off.
Yay.
Good girl. Alright, let's get those in the garden and see what's inside. Oh yeah, one of them almost ripped. So careful, going through the house with that one. These were the last 5 bags that were left. But I think that'll be enough for what we needed. So we're going to put it in the garden and we'll show you what we're actually going to do with it. So we just moved the sacks with the topsoil to the back garden, and I realized I didn't even check what's in them when I picked them up. So I just opened them up and I noticed it's quite heavy clay. It's not really like topsoil, but it shouldn't be a problem. We're going to try and mix it with the compost that we got last week. Also some random bulbs in there. Could be some flowers, but I don't know what they are. So it's best probably to pick those out and leave them, or mix them in. And we're going to show you what we're going to do with that in a few minutes. But before that, I'll just help Joanna finish with the seeds, and then both of us can crack on with the topsoil.
I was just putting the marigold tray down here out the way whilst we do the other seeds, and I noticed something growing in between the radishes, and I have a feeling it's the tomatoes from last year.
Pull them out.
Should I pull them out?
It's potentially is a whole tomato.
Oh,
there.
you can't see, but I can see a tomato skin. Can I see? There it is. A tomato. We can definitely save the seeds from these. These cherry tomatoes are going strong.
Yeah, I've seen actually another one. I wasn't sure what it was, but it grows in clumps. There's one over there by your knee, just past your knee.
Oh yeah, there's another one here.
Here.
We didn't even need to sow tomatoes. We could have just left them to go rogue. Maybe next year.
When we were clearing the tomato plants from the greenhouse last year, there were still quite a few ripe tomatoes on the plant itself that obviously fell into the raised bed, and we just left them. We didn't think anything of it. And now we're just raising tomato jungle by the looks of it. Talking of tomatoes, we are about to start a new tray, which I'm not even sure if we have to be fair. We can just pick those and plant them on.
But we wanted the different varieties, that's all.
Oh, okay.
We're going to give. We're not doing cherry tomatoes. We've got the marmande and the yellow pear.
Okay, yeah, let's do those.
So it's just gonna. We've only got literally.
Are they going in this tray here?
Yeah.
All right. Okay.
Is it the right way up? Yeah.
So whilst John is doing the tomatoes, we turned out we only have 7 of those, but I'm gonna do the whole packet of those corns and some more aubergine.
That's the courgette.
That's courgette. And we're going to start some cucumbers as well. After that, we're going to do the topsoil.
Topsoil? What were you selling?
Topsoil? Or topsoil?
Yeah, that's all the marmande seeds. There are no more chances with these. I don't get many yellow pear either, to be honest. You're doing all the corns.
Yeah, all the corn, the whole packet. Cucumber, yeah. And what's that, aubergine?
Yeah. Courgette.
Courgette, sorry. Yeah.
I was just saying, I've saved some cucumber seeds from last year, if all else fails.
Oh, I watched a video where you can speed up the germination of the courgette by clipping that tip off. But we're not in a rush. We don't want to speed it up because it's the beginning of April now. It's probably the second week of April by the time you watch this video. But courgettes of where we live, they can't go out before the first week of May. So we still have 5 weeks and we're not in a rush. So we're just going to plant them as they are.
Like I did with the marigolds, I've just bottom watered these seeds. I'm going to pop this one on a heat mat inside. The marigolds we've decided can stay outside, we hope. So I'll just put these away and then we need to tackle that topsoil.
So in this corner of our garden, we still have this patch of fake grass that's left over. And that's where we're going to use the topsoil. We wanted to replace the fake grass with something more environmentally friendly. So we are going for clover lawn. Joanna found it that supposedly requires less maintenance than traditional grass lawn, and it's more resilient to dog wee and stuff like that. And if you are thinking of putting fake grass in your garden, do yourself a favor and just don't, especially if you have pets or kids. It gets ridiculously hot in the summer, especially if it's in a direct sunlight. And like I said, with the dog wee, the grass absolutely stinks. So the idea is to just lift that up, put the topsoil, and sprinkle loads of clover seeds. However, we're not gonna do that just yet because we need to wait for the last frost date to be gone, which is end of April where we are. So for now, we're just gonna roll the grass back, sprinkle some topsoil, and put the grass back on it, just because it's been raining so much lately, and if the Ada start walking on the clay soil, she's gonna make an absolute mess inside the house. So we're just gonna try to prevent that for a bit. And as I peel the grass off, you can see it's just a mixture of sharp sand on top, and then the bottom was like rubble. So in order to grow anything, we had to bring soil in. And now I don't know if clover would have grown in pure compost, hence we bring in the topsoil, which turns out to be heavy clay, but we're going to mix it with some of the compost that we picked up a couple of weeks ago. Let's see what's hiding in those bags. Ugh.
Looks like I could make a pot out of
Slug.
that. Is it? Throw them over the fence. This is what happens to slugs.
Yeet. And there's some bulbs. Oh, it's very wet.
It literally looks like something you can make a clay pot from.
It has been raining a lot lately though. Bag number 2. Uh-oh. Well, maybe I should have checked the bags first. This is full of roots. I don't even know if I should be putting this in the grass and the garden.
I don't know.
Look at that stick. Ada would like that. Let's empty them all and see what's inside and pick the sticks out. Pick the bulbs out and mix with some compost and see if we're gonna leave it or not. Okay, so after a lot of mixing and a lot of hard work, it looks a bit better. I don't know if it's going to improve the clay long term mixing it with compost, but it looks a bit better. We're absolutely knackered, but we're going to spread a thin layer over this area now, and we're going to top it up with compost. And the plan is to put the fake grass back on top for now, and maybe we can just kind of flatten it before we plant some seeds in a few weeks' time. Okay, so it doesn't look too bad. I think I'm actually going to walk on it just to compress it and put the compost on it after. Okay. Mixing that clay soil with the compost and spreading it was quite a big task, but we've covered it with the fake grass now. We kind of stamped on it. You've probably seen the hilarious video, the rain dance that we did, although it has been raining quite a lot
We
lately.
don't need any more rain.
We don't need
We're
any
a
more
sun
rain.
dance.
So we're just gonna get a quick cup of tea, have a rest. What we're gonna do for the rain today is maybe plant a few broccoli in here and fix our garden tap, because after the winter we just had, I just tried using it for the first time today and it's not working, so I bought a replacement and we're going to put that in today.
I've got about 6 or 7 of these broccoli plants, and they are, well, I don't know, you tell me, are they big enough to go outside? They've been in the greenhouse and they're doing okay, and I don't want to leave them to get too big in the pots because I did that last time and I found them really hard to transplant, so they're going in now. If the slugs eat them, they eat them. It's all good. Got loads of seeds. Broccoli, and I'm going to get my tray of salad actually. kale.
How far are the broccoli?
I don't know. Where's Google?
No, check on this app.
Planter.
Mm-hmm.
I have a feeling it's...
1.
I was going to say 4.
4 broccoli per square? I don't think so.
Bear with. 1.
1 per square. Do we need to stake them?
I have previously.
I wanted to put the stick before I put the plant so I don't damage the roots.
Oh, I can find you some sticks.
I don't think we need that many broccoli though.
Let's just do 3 then, where that stick is, and then I'll put salad in front.
Mm-hmm. You're optimistic with that stick? You think it's going to grow that much?
I think it's going to get eaten before it gets to grow, but you know, it's all good. Like I said, I've got a few salads. I've got some Lola Rosso and some Little Gem. For some reason, I think they're not too keen on being too warm. They were in the greenhouse and they've gone a bit limp. But I'm going to plant them out here and hopefully they'll come back to life. There's a couple of kales that haven't dried up, so I'll plant those as well. But I have a feeling they're all kind of small to be going out and will get eaten by slugs, but it is what it is. I do go out on my nightly slug hunt and throw over the fence, but you know, you can't get them all. What I might do for these tiny little ones is get my plastic bottles and just use those as little mini greenhouses to keep them safe. So for example, imagine that's a plastic bottle, it would just go over the top of the salad with some air holes in it. And sometimes that helps, sometimes it doesn't. Let's get some of these out. I think they've kind of outgrown the tray, that's another problem. Come on, don't die on me.
John is just finishing off those last few plants in the raised bed. And our last job for today would be to change this garden tap that stopped working in the winter. I'm hoping it's as simple as just changing the tap itself. But before I carry on and do any work on it, I need to make sure that the water is off from the mains. Just a little tighter, make sure that it's vertical or as close as possible. Just check for some leaks here. Look like we might be okay. And yep, tap is fixed.
Danny's finished the tap and I've also finished the salad and broccoli planting. I've done a little bit of broccoli, a square foot-ish per square. And I got them some stakes because they seem to need them. I don't know whether they're actually supposed to, but we've got some sticks in the ground to keep them upright. Along the front I've got lettuce. I've put some little kales in here and then a bit more lettuce. For some of them I've put these bottles over the top. Like I said, a mini greenhouse. Potentially they might get too hot in there, but I don't want them to get eaten by slugs, so I don't really know what's the best thing to do. And then one rogue one over here, I'm just going to see how that one gets on. And then what I'm going to do is, with this fleece, just pop that over the top to save them from any caterpillars, butterflies that might eat them as well. I also go slug picking every night to chuck those over the fence, so hopefully that'll work, but let's see. That's all our jobs done for the weekend, and I'm just going to give these a water to settle them into their new home nicely. If you enjoyed these videos, maybe you'll enjoy these ones, and we'll see you next time.